Hi, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru. We are starting a new session on English errors. These are the errors which are there. You can see, behind my back. The questions which are going to be there in the exam, they are those sort of questions because they are very significant from the perspective of competitive exam. I've actually taken the questions which were there in the past year questions also. The rules are the same and I've actually changed the sentences. So you need to add those rules if you actually make notes of them. If you write down somewhere that such sort of errors that you've learned today or you've understood, you need to add them because they are very important. If you like the session, press the like button for sure. Share the video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you do that, this subscription will help you a lot because you will get the notification every time whenever we upload a new video. I'll start from the very first question. Watch the video till the end because at the end the revision is also beneficial and I'll help you with that part also. The first question which states that the Nile River in Egypt is thought to be about 3 million years old and there has likely been human settlements in its basin for at least 15,000 years. That's the complete sentence. If you wish to read something that you already know, that is there, because everybody knows that before the name of the rivers, we use the is there before Nile River. So the Nile River that we have actually used. So that part is correct. What is the problem here? When we read the sentence, we find it correct. What is the problem? The problem is there is no confusion or there is a lot of confusion. When I speak like that, then I'm referring to something that is there is a lot of confusion. Just to look at, a lot of confusion is there. If you observe that, before a lot of confusion, we used the verb that was is. There is a lot of confusion. But when I say there are many incidents, there are such sort of incidents, there are many incidents. What I'm trying to tell you here is that when a sentence begins with there, when a sentence has there and post there, if we are expected to use a helping verb, who or what decides that what sort of helping verb should be used? The helping verb here should actually be there looking at human settlements. There is a lot of confusion was there because a lot of confusion, singular thing was there. When I actually look at this part, because of human settlements, we are expected to use have here, although has appears to be alright, but has is not the answer. We are expected to use have here. I'll write it down, I'll make you understand once again. I'm saying have should be used here because post there, the word there, you have to look at what comes after the helping verb. If that's plural here, that is settlements and not settlement. If it were settlement, then we were expected to use has here. As it is settlements, that's plural. That is why we have used have here. So the right answer of the sentence, the right problem we have actually found out. We are going to rectify that. The Nile River in Egypt is thought to be about 3 million years old and there have likely been human settlements in its basin for at least 15,000 years. You need to understand the error was not that sort of that you cannot find it out. I know that it can be easily understood, but you need to understand when you read such long sentences, it creates problem. So find out the error, try to read the entire sentence carefully, you will be able to take out the answer. If you read the second question, it states that I informed the principal that I was running temperature and therefore could not attend the meeting. Generally, people remain skeptical of such a thing. When you say that running temperature, they say that such an expression does not seem to be correct. We need to say that we have temperature, we have fever, but you need to understand that running a temperature Running a temperature. Running a temperature is basically an idiomatic expression, is an idiomatic construction. So you have to keep that in mind. It should be used like this, the way I've written. You cannot actually question here that temperature is singular or plural, or maybe it is a singular countable noun or not. You cannot be doubtful about such a thing, because you need not learn that way. Here you need to understand that it is only an idiomatic construction, and you have to follow it like that. When we say that running a fever, running a temperature, we are trying to convey the same idea. A was missing here. I've actually used that. I can rephrase it like this: running an extremely high fever. Running an extremely high fever. Because you know what happens at times when I don't quote such a thing, the problem is that students start feeling that how can an be there in that idiomatic construction when ma'am referred to a. So I've actually told you it can be written in this manner: running a temperature, running a fever, run a temperature, run a fever. These are idiomatic instructions which state that somebody is suffering from fever. Or it can be said like that: running an extremely high fever. Why an was used? The reason was running an extremely high fever. An was used because of the presence of extremely. Alright. The error is in the B part, and in this question the error was in the B part too. Alright. The third question states that 68% of what we perceive as taste, especially the perception of flavor, can be attributed to one's sense of smell. What does it actually mean? I'll make you understand that also. But before actually getting into the answer, I wish to know whether you know the meaning of the third question or not. This third statement statement means that when we taste something, when we actually take the pleasure of some flavor, 68% of that taste is the sense of smell. That is 68%. If we taste something, probably we like it or we dislike it. It says that 68% in that is the sense of smell of that person. So here we were referring to what a person thinks. No, we are talking about many, what they think. We have used the word we. We have actually used the plural pronoun, that is we. And if we is there, you need to understand, here ones cannot be used. Here ones cannot be used. If you read it like that, and if I actually ask you a question, whose sense of smell? Whose sense of smell? Then the answer is not going to be one's sense of smell. The answer is going to be our sense of smell. The reason is that the subject was we, and we had to use the same sort of possessive pronoun there. The same sort of possessive pronoun over there. I'll actually give you an example. If I may have written she here, then I would have used her there. He, his, she, her, they, there. And if I may have used one here, then one's was alright there. So I'm telling you, the kind of subject is used, the kind of subject is there. The same sort of possessive pronoun had to be used there. So because of the presence of we, I've used are here. That was the error, and the error was in the C part. So the right answer is attributed to our sense of smell. The next question is, the lady was overcome with grief when she heard the sad news of the train disaster in which her brother was killed. Everything appears to be wonderful. Let me tell you, everything appears to be very good. Rather, nobody even thinks that what sort of error is going to be there till the time you haven't studied the grammar portion basically. Because this question is actually asked, and you need to understand two tenses. I'm going to explain them one by one. It states that the lady was overcome with grief. Now you need to read something. We have not written the lady overcame. We have actually written was overcome. That's the third form of the verb. Come, came, come. Similarly, overcome, overcame, overcome. That's the third form of the verb. Now, if I actually state something here, highlight something here, it is was killed. Now I'll start explaining it one by one, that you need to understand. Two type of tenses are there in past, which actually show the completed action. One is past indefinite, which is also known as simple past, which actually has the second form of the verb. Where are we expected to use them? I'll explain that one by one. First, I'm just stating the names of the tenses. One is past indefinite, which is known as simple past, and the other one is past perfect, in which we are expected to use the had and the helping verb along with that, and that is had plus third form of the verb. I'll write it down here. One has second form of the verb, that is past indefinite or simple past. The other one is where we are expected to use had plus third form of the verb. This is past perfect. Both are expected to show the past action, completed past action. So what's the difference? Where are we expected to use them? When a sentence has two actions, you need to find out which one can be classified as the first action and which action can be classified as the second action. You have to find it out. Here also, if you read it, the brother's killing, as in the brother got killed, that sad news is the first action, and the lady got affected later on. The lady did not get affected first, and her brother was killed later on. It was not the case. You need to understand two actions were performed. Brother got killed first and lady got affected later on. So the first action should use past perfect, that is had plus third form of the verb, and the second action was expected to use the second form of the verb. I'll actually give you an example of such a sentence. When I say I did not have money because I had lost my wallet. Understand that. I'm saying I did not have money. I did not have money because I had lost my wallet. I did not have money because I had lost my wallet. Now you need to understand, first action was I had lost my wallet, and the second action, the result was I did not have money. Do, did, done. Did is the second form of the verb. And I said I did not have money because I had lost my wallet. So the first action takes had plus third form, and the second action takes second form of the verb. I would have used the same thing here also, but this sentence is not written in the active voice. This sentence is written in passive voice, and if passive voice is there in the case of past indefinite and past perfect, how are they supposed to be used? How do they look? How do they appear? We are going to find it out here. This is basically past indefinite. Written in passive form. Past indefinite written in passive form, where we are expected to use was, were, third form of the verb. Similar thing is happening here. The second thing takes the second form of the verb. First action is expected to use had plus third form in active voice, but this sentence is not written in active voice. So we are expected to write past perfect in passive voice like this. Had plus been plus third form of the verb. That's the look of past perfect in passive voice. So the answer of this question will be the lady was overcome with grief, sadness, pain that she was actually going through. The lady was overcome with grief when she heard the sad news of the train disaster in which her brother had been killed and not was killed, because her brother had been killed, and the reason of writing had been here is, I told you two actions were there in the past, two were completed, two got completed, but I was actually referring to that first action in the past took had plus third form, and the second action took second form of the verb. but they appear to be a little different when the sentence is in the passive voice. So I told you the first action took had plus been plus third form. So the answer became her brother had been killed. The error was in the C part. Fifth question, the conservative leader's speech was an affront for all decent members of the community. Affront means insulting someone. Affront means insulting someone. Affront takes the preposition to. Affront take the preposition to. The error is in the C part. The error is in the C part. The error is in the B part. The concern was here. Some sort of leader was there. Some sort of leader was there. And that leader was basically delivering such a speech in which he was using some sort of insulting words. So affront, pejorative, words insulting to, pejorative to, affront to. We are saying affront to, you are expected to use to, preposition to after affront. So the error is in the B part. The sixth question is, people with less personal problems are likely to be more prolific. Prolific is productive. Prolific is productive, more prolific than others. So people with less personal problems, we all know that's practically true. People with less personal problems are likely to be more prolific than others. Then you have to actually learn it like that. When we say that this word less is there, and I'll actually tell you the difference between when we say little less least, when we say few fewer fewest, what do they mean? When few is there, few is used for the countable things, and when we use little less least, they are actually used for uncountable things. If somebody has less knowledge, knowledge is uncountable, that is why less knowledge because knowledge is uncountable. When I've spent a few days near the sea, I've spent a few days, which actually says that days were countable, that is why I've used few here. That means few is used for countable and little less least, they are used for uncountable things. Problems are countable, that is why we are not expected to use less here. The right answer of this question is that people with fewer personal problems, the error is in the A part. People with less appeared absolutely all right. I know that you may have actually understood that what is the error in this sentence. People with fewer personal problems are likely to be more productive, more prolific than others. I'll repeat, all the answers. The revision starts from, this part. You were expected to use what comes after there. You have to take it as the subject, and you were expected to use verb according to what comes after there. So this was considered the subject, and that is why I've used have here. There have likely been human settlements. After that I said running a temperature or running a fever. They are idiomatic expressions, you cannot change them, and they were expected to be used like that. Only problem was that a was missing. So running a temperature becomes actually completes that idiomatic expression. Here I told you that you had to follow the subject as it was we. That is why we were not expected to use ones here. We used are here. The second thing was, two actions were there in the past, one got completed before the other, the second action took second form of the verb, that is past indefinite, and first action took past perfect, that is had plus third form. This sentence was written in the passive form, and in passive form, past perfect appears to be had plus been plus third form. Affront to, and not affront for. Affront means insulting someone, and I told you that the word which can actually be replaced here, which can be used as pejorative. I told you the meaning of prolific also, if you wish to write it down somewhere. Prolific is productive. Here I told you that less is expected to be used for uncountable things, but the word problem, these things are countable, and we were expected to use fewer here. We are wrapping up. Thank you so much.